Hi guys, just a quick blog today on more so the emotions and the management of stress, which of course leads to wellness. So whereby most people, so many would come to see me for weight management, was usually a lot of weight or run really fast, so athletic pursuits. In this case, in this blog, so briefly, I just want to really quickly go through why your food choices are so important when it comes to managing and balancing, particularly your temperament, over your waking day. I train, I guess by and large, predominantly A-type people that work pretty solidly under extreme pressure, intermittent pressure, and as a consequence, I've seen that particularly that has that can lead to poor food choices. When we're stressed, we tend to gravitate often towards sugary pickup sort of hits, often sort of associated also with a caffeine hit as well, looking for that sort of that kick to get us particularly mentally and emotionally up. Now we know, and it's fact that sort of can really take down our health over a whole swag of areas. So where I tend to have people commit to is more real hearty, meaty, earthy sort of food. Certainly start your day with earthy sort of chunky, real sort of foods the way it was intended, and this leaves your satisfaction of hunger satisfied for such a long period of time. And if you're achieving that, you won't get those plummets and those temperamental sort of spikes, particularly when you're under pressure. In my website there, guys, is all my options that I'm recommending. I'm after, as I said, big chunky sort of earthy protein and not being scared of fat that leaves us sort of up for a long period of times, particularly around 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock, where classically people are dipping, and it's at that point of dip when blood sugars plummet that you leave yourself most vulnerable in terms of stress and temperament, and as a consequence leave yourself open to making poor decisions. So it's at that point we don't want that big dip and having our brain and emotion trying to search for cravings, but usually, as I said, for sugars. So it's got to be earthy. You don't have to eat great volume of food, but you certainly need to be consuming really reasonably dense sort of calorie foods. Energy is released over a long period of time. I'm not big on grazing all day long. A bit of this and a bit of that. I just think, look, eat a normal meal. Logistically, that makes sense. Consume, and it can include alcohol. I don't have such a huge issue with that, but it's the food that needs to be pitch perfect, and this is to the test of time. So guys, check out my menu options. Obviously address my principles again. It's fruitless me just saying, look, well, here's a whole heap of stack of really good foods, make sure you eat those, and here's some junk, don't eat this. I think it needs to be committed and rote learned over a period of time. I certainly know my food choices when I'm under pressure. That means I'm having a few drinks. Is still the same as it is when I'm not under pressure. If I'm at the football, restaurant, social gig, I know my food choices are that my brain just naturally gravitates to food options that are going to leave me satisfied without particular insulin spike for a long period of time. It just happens that way. And hence my program, where I try to build it out until this education becomes so innate in that individual that you just simply select accordingly. The net result is ultimate health and wellness. There's nothing more to it than that. Does that mean weight and shape? Yes, sure it does. I don't tend to want to go down that path. Does it mean performance athletically? Sure it does. Just means you're not going to get crook, you're not going to get cranky, you're not going to get cravings, and ultimately you're going to make much clearer decisions, both socially, mentally, economically, right throughout your day. Check out the website, guys. Shoot me questions if you wish.